Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Elisfuck and welcome back to another Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator video. Now today, we're doing a battle on what I saw was a really interesting place to hold a battle, which was this little strip. And I didn't know exactly where it was in relation to the mountain, like how high a lot was. But I just knew that I couldn't fit a lot of units here. So we're doing a really small scale battle today. And it's going to be on this. It's going to be Romans versus medieval of various numbers. They got the same amount of archers on each side. There is more on the medieval side because this side has a handful of generals and they're going to be a bitch to deal with. So we'll see if the balance is correct. And if not, well then I guess tough because it is what it is. Now, let us begin. And see if the if the Romans are better than the medievals. If the medievals are better than the Romans, or if I'm still bad at balancing things. Yes, there go the archers. Oh, hey! Also, the footmen are quite weak in comparison as well, so that's another thing I took into consideration. I don't know where the generals are, but as long as they haven't fallen off the cliff, then we'll be fine. And the balance won't be completely corrupted. Good start. I'm actually trying to look for the journals because now I'm concerned that they've vanished. I thought that was one there. Where did the generals go? I must have missed them. They have to be in here somewhere. Yeah, there's one. They're at the back. Okay, so we've learned something. 4 generals is not enough to offset the amount of heavy knights. Not good. Oh, and they're just getting pushed off the edge now. Oh, they got pushed off the damn edge. Well, I wasn't going to do a redo, but this deserves a redo. Where's the water? This definitely deserves a redo because the balance was not just off, it was horrible. And I don't think we need to do much difference in terms of fixing the balance. So we'll get into that real quick and have like maybe a balance of some sort of substance. It's a lot easier to do something about this because it's a tiny battle. So I'll see you in a moment. So we are back in. We've made just one minor change. We've increased the amount of Romans. Hopefully that will be enough to offset the difference. I think it will be because the footmen basically do nothing to the equation. More or less they just drop like a sack of potatoes. And all that was left was the knights at the end. So, let's begin and see if we've made any meaningful impact to the outcome of this battle. This time I'm going to follow the 4 generals to see where they end up. I've already lost track. Oh, yes, now I see one. This is cool. Oh, they run around the outside. Look at them. What an angle. If we do a third, we're going to be following the medieval forces. All tumbling over the edge already. Look how quickly the 10 footmen fall. It's ridiculous. Oh, I also love that there's a chance that they can fall off the cliff. I also love how there's some archers that just push forward for no reason. Yeah, this is definitely a bit closer. Look at that. Still definitely looks in the favor of the medieval forces, but they do have the general still in the mix, and when they get to the front, I think they're over on this side somewhere, unless they fell off the cliff. Oh no, here they are. Or at least one of them. Once they get up there further, they'll be able to puncture the lines more effectively. Though I'd say the medieval forces have the high ground advantage, that's for sure. It's an interesting wavy design, this path. Makes good for being at the high ground. When you're down here, I mean, look how much harder shot it is for these guys to attack the archers up there. It's completely different. Oh, how about that? Yeah, they're still holding the line. Definitely a lot better. Still not great though. So as it turns out, balancing not that great. I was worried about adding too many generals, but maybe that's what really what I need to add is just like 3 or 4 more, and that could be all the difference. Because now it doesn't really matter what happens here. Like the archers, even if the archers somehow won, they'd be outnumbered for the other archers. I think we'll do one more because this is a bunch of short battles. Just to see how it would turn out on this landscape. Oh, down they go. So I feel like it would be smart to just add a couple more, keep things interesting. Yeah, footman one. Okay. We'll be back in a moment, and the generals will be increased this time for the balance. And we arrive at our last battle. We've increased the generals, and we shall continue to see if the Romans will be able to defeat the medieval forces of, fuck it, Britain. Let's go! And we're off. Someone's skulking around here. I love this. Just every time. It's a small fight and it never gets old. Oi. The hell are you trying to do to me, game? Trying to do cinematic shots here. Looks like a lot more of the generals have pushed themselves up to the front this time than previous occasions. Look at that. Leading by example this time rather than chilling at the back. I assume there are still some that are doing the proverbial chill. It's definitely gonna be a more 50-50 encounter. You can see the generals already punching through quite heavily in the middle. Will it be enough though? It looks like some have already fallen. That's really all it takes, but it does look somewhat more even. It's almost looking like it's falling as quickly as last time, and it's not what I expected for adding. I added 10 generals this time instead of 4, and I thought that would make a much more significant difference, but apparently not. Apparently I'm not giving the knights enough credit, and somehow there is still a footman or 2 alive, which is outrageous. Well, looks like we got our answer. This just looks like sludge. Like a thick... It's actually not even sludge, it's just jam. Thick jam. Look at it go. To the frickin' void that is where the water's meant to be. And we're now at the same endgame scenario. Well, there really is only one possible solution to this. I wonder if that solution will be fun. Only one way to find out. So, minor differences. I might have added a 0 to everything. I didn't really care much for it changing where everything was, but I did remove the footman because, it'll probably make the Romans win, and they deserve a win after all they've been through. So, we shall begin. I think some units are up and they're falling. I don't know if any units are down, but you know. We got a longer battle, just because, there are generals. I didn't remove the generals. Yeah, look at them. They're making their way through. Though it seems like there's a lot of falling. I think this side was able to had more space for their stuff, which is also another reason why I removed the footmen, because then it just it means that there's just more of them that spawned in. So there is somewhat of a balance still, but this one I didn't care for balance. This one I was like, balance? Funny story. I tried for balance and got completely bad outcomes every time. So, you know, if we don't try for balance, it only means that we're going to be successful in perfect balance. There is absolutely no other outcome that could possibly happen, and we all know this. I mean, look what happened when I threw 100k tanks at something. Just look at all the arrows just firing back at all sides. Though it seems like they bounce back more off the plates of the knights than they do off the shields of the Romans, which could be a large factor in why the medieval side has been the victorious side each time. I mean, if that's the case, I mean, yeah, that could be pretty huge. Lots of stuck units though. There we go. Stop gawking, lads. Kill them. Okay, let's join the foray now. We've unleashed some lads. Come on, move out the way. Move it, lads. Move it, lads. Move it, lads. Yeah. There we go. That was a bit of fun. How they filled in that gap pretty damn quick. Oh well. We had our fun. Now we just gotta wait for it to end. Oh, look at all the damn jam. I haven't looked at the jam at all. Yeah. It's definitely thicker and more jammier than normal. Yeah. Look at that. It's a nice simple battle. Well, I'll see you at the end of the battle when we have some sort of a result, because this is very much a stalemate. So we'll be back shortly. Okay, we're back in, and we're here to just look at the fact that the Romans are pushing the line. And now it's becoming obvious that their shields actually are quite effective against the arrows, and it was not obvious before because they were deflecting both ways at a consistent pace and getting caught in the mix. I think the biggest problem here is that the rest of the force that should be somewhat equivalent to what's left here is stuck at the top up here because the archers aren't moving out the damn way. Now, this is not good. So we're gonna do something about it, even if it means pushing our buddies off a cliff. Come on. Yes, here we go. Ow. I hit by a damn rogue arrow. What are the odds of that? Yes. Violin. Go on, lads. This is meant to be a balanced battle, even though that's the complete opposite of my plan. Come on. Come on, troops. Yes. Come on. Blow through. Yes. Yes. I don't think I'm helping. In fact, I could be making it worse. Because now instead of being gathered up in one place, they're going one by one. Oh no, they're building up a line. They're building up a line. Yes. Advance, soldiers. Or we fight. I wish melee soldiers could just push through ranged soldiers much like I am. Like under normal circumstances. It would make sense that the range would move out the way so that the melee could go in front of them. It doesn't make sense that they're like, the melee are like, no, we'll wait behind our archers until they fall. Yes, because that's real big brain time. Here we go. I think most of them are piling through now. Now we'll get like a more balanced response in knowing the outcome of this battle. Rather than, oh no, the melee behind the archers. Now what? There we go. That's all of them. Oh no. It has not made much of a difference. It's amazing how, like, just adding an extra 0, granted, like, a bunch of guys were yeeted off cliffs, but there was more space on that side unless I bungled it up somehow. I mean, there should be more archers on this side, but yeah, I think I completely screwed up, and there somehow became way more on this side than the other side. Which are absolutely wild. I mean, it's close. If the generals are taken out, I can see this turning. A bunch of archers have actually died, though, to stray arrows. Because they're not being targeted back here, that's for sure. Nothing is actually pushed. I mean, actually, now that I see, there's a bunch of dead archers here, too. There's just more on this side. Yeah, somehow there's way more fit on this side. I must have, like, accidentally twisted them funky or something like that. For them to be less on this side and more on that side. Weird. I don't think there's any generals left, but yeah, there's... Lots of jam. And lots of blood. Somehow I think the high ground is working against them. Are they hitting targets back here? I don't think they are. But these guys, when they miss... well, maybe they're not anymore, but they were hitting them up here. Still sometimes are. Oh, now they have no one else to go for, so they're gonna switch to firing up. But these are actually quite close in the end in terms of the melee battle. But I think yes, there was more archers on the Roman side. Oh, there was a general left, an absolute madman, still leading his legion. One general out of 100, 50 men out of 1,000. The last ones remaining from the front lines. But there are 5 legions left of archers, and they are holding the back ranks. The archers from the medieval forces try their damnedest in the fight, but they cannot bring themselves to win the fight. It is too much for them. Their arrows are not keen enough to pierce the shields, and their constitution isn't enough to bear the rain of arrows from the Roman archers that block out the sky. It would have been cool if that battle ended then, but you know, we don't all have the timing of a god on our hands. It'd be freaking wild if the general was still alive at the end. Look at him go. Absolute madman. Can't believe there's still a general alive. That's absolutely wild. Him and his lieutenants, look at them. Oh, now we gotta find the last one. There he is. What a lad. Fighting till the bitter end. Oh, was that... I thought the general just did a tuck and roll out the way. Yep, one general survived. Look at that. What a legend. One general. 6 soldiers. And God knows how many archers. Oh, there's a soldier back here. He doesn't count. He wasn't at the front lines. 465. So that means there's what? 457 archers left. Well, thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, feel free to hit the like button. If you enjoy this content and want to see more, feel free to subscribe. But I'll see you in the next video. Bye!